What it do? What it do? Give people some time to enter the chat. As y'all can see, y'all read the description. Charleston White versus Oschino. Hey, what's up? Charleston White versus Oschino from State Property. Charleston White has finally met his match. Beefing with Oschino is the wrong person. He gonna make you tap out. He already made him tap out. He already made him say he don't mess with Say Cheese TV no more. He don't do interviews. He bigger than YouTube. Charleston White finally met his match. And at some point, he was gonna meet his match because he was very disrespectful, talking bad on the dead, Nipsey Hussle, King Von, Gilly Kid, Oschino Kid. You can't be talking about you promoting good, but you promoting more evil than good. And then when things ain't playing in your favor, you want to say F everybody. You know what I mean? At some point, Charleston White, it was gonna die down because yes, he's had a lot of moments where he said some shit that you be like, damn, okay, but your bad outweigh your good, and it's time for you to and you met your match. Oschino gonna ride you down for 30, 40 days type shit. Like, he ain't gonna stop. Like, he already made him tap out. He talking about he bigger than the net. He don't do interviews on certain platforms no more. And whoop de whoop whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop whoop. But he went on a nice little run for somebody who don't have no talent. You know what I mean? We got to give him that because everybody know having no talent is the new thing now, where people don't even describe what they do. They just say I'm a content creator. Like what you do, you don't sell nothing. You just a content creator, huh? So that's all. You know what I mean? Okay, you got a business. Okay, cool. But we all knew at some point Charleston was gonna meet his match. And Oschino from State Prop. And if you know the history on Oschino, Oschino ain't no peasant. Like, dudes be thinking because dudes not on the radio and they not in everybody's face that they not lit. Look, Oschino never fell off. Oschino done been in movies, State Prop 1 and 2, you know what I mean? And he didn't just play no little role. He actually played a good role. Sports 98, what it do, family? Comment, subscribe. But yeah, like Oschino, he ain't no small fry. You know what I mean? Like, he done, he done been in movies, done been on platinum albums, you know what I mean? He was signed to Rockefeller. You know what I mean? He was a factor. You know what I mean? When Charleston White wasn't a factor. You know what I mean? I feel like this too. Like, if you somebody and y'all just came to the net and became who you was through the internet, meaning like you was a nobody before the net, and then you start getting YouTube checks, and then you want to pop it and act like you was just a boss your whole life. You a part of that don't count club because who were you before YouTube? You know what I mean? Like, nobody knew you. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that like button. Remember, Tribalist Effect, man. Tap in, man, on my YouTube post. Pre-workout. Results in 7 days. 2 capsules a day. 60 capsules. But, yeah. Who were you before the net? We all seen who Charleston White was. Hit that like button. He was a nobody. You know what I mean? He was a low life nobody from Indonesia. What's up from Indonesia? What's up, family? I'm good. You know what I mean? We talking about Charleston White versus Oschino from State Property. Charleston White finally met his match. You know what I mean? Like, finally met his match. Like, he say the most ruthless, cutthroat, heartless shit that you could say. You know what I mean? Unknown, what it do? What's up, gang? What's happening? Hit that like button while y'all in here too. But yeah, we talking about Charleston White versus Oschino. Oschino is the perfect candidate for him. He already made him tap out. He talking about he ain't doing interviews on certain platforms no more. And Charleston White, don't get me wrong, he has some moments where he can say some solid things. But if you an atheist and you don't believe in God and you and all of this, I can't mess with you. I can't deal with you. And it's strange to me, and me and you all know, it seems like the evil people be the one who be getting blessed. They the ones who coming up on $1 million. Chance Mafioso 6'7". What's up, family? Hit that like button. If you really think about how life be playing out sometime before your eyes, it seems like all the people who do bad shit be the one prospering, but the good people still got to figure it out, rub their hands together, and make it happen. You know what I mean? You got a dude like Charleston White who literally just disrespect people. You know what I mean? Disrespect people. You know what I mean? No morals, no standards, no nothing. You know what I mean? So we don't want to be like a person like him. At some point, you'll fire somebody gonna put it to a scheme. And he made his match because Oschino will ride you for 30 days straight. He do it to anybody who crossed the line with him. That's what he do. You know what I mean? So, um, am I a Charleston White fan? Do I support him? Nah, I don't support him. You know what I mean? I don't. You know what I mean? But I have came across his videos and he said certain stuff that makes sense, but then he said more bad than good. You know what I mean? His bad outweigh his good. So, you know what I mean? Then, like I say, if you're an atheist, you don't believe in God, you know, we don't push that line over here. Make sure y'all comment and like and subscribe. Go to my YouTube post and check for updates. But I had to jump in on this because I felt like at some point, when is this gonna all end? You running out of stuff to talk about, you know what I mean? To the point that you literally wait on somebody to die so you can disrespect them and stay in algorithm by talking crazy. And that's what Charleston White been doing. He been tricking everybody with a little bit of things that's knowledge or whatever, but mostly with just saying outlandish BS. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, fame is like one of the worst things that can hit certain people because it's like God will give you that, even if you don't think it came from God, just to maybe see how you gonna conduct yourself and act. And it seems like when a lot of people we see on TV, reality TV, rappers, entertainers, sports players, all it's like when they get that bad, they don't know how to act. And that's how you could tell the difference between people who was getting money before the net and then the ones who get money off the net as far as where, you know, they get checked through YouTube. And people who had money before they was on live, they know how to conduct themselves. You know what I mean? Like I know how to conduct myself. Like I ain't got to be on here Rolex up, chained up, stacks of cash sitting right here. You know what I mean? Trying to showcase and flaunt and all of that. Uh, you know, pipe laying right. You know what I mean? Just outlandish shit. Like no, man, no. You know what I mean? At some point, anybody who's an internet bully like Charleston White, your steam gonna run out because you running out of content. You feel me? Freezer 5821. Yeah, so at some point, man, you talking crazy about people. Tap in and hit that like button too. You talking crazy about people, it's only gonna last for so long. You know what I mean? Because it get old. You know what I mean? That's just like when Vaughn was alive, the drill scene was lit. The moment he passed away, I ain't paid it no attention. You know what I mean? Yes, I know who Bloodhound, Lil Jeff, and all them Q50 and all of them. And, you know, of course, I, listen to G Herbo and all that, but I don't really care for the drill scene no more. You know what I mean? It's like certain shit at some point gonna fade off and fade away. It can only last but so long. And when you a dude like Charleston White, you can only go so far by talking crazy to the point at some point you run into a brick wall, and at that brick wall was Oschino from State Prop. You know what I mean? Who gonna burn the internet up? He damn near probably gonna have to buy a new phone because he gonna torch his phone, literally just destroying you every day, all day, every day. You know what I mean? So, let me switch it up right quick. I want to send a shout out to my dog Shador. You know what I mean? Even though the Browns be losing, if we don't really care for real, we only care that nephew Shador get in there and get him some PT, and some reps, and that's really, we don't really be caring for real. You know what I mean? Like I don't think nobody who supports Shador Sanders like how I do, and the rest of us care about the Browns losing. We don't care at all. Okay, we only support Shador. Shador leave y'all ass and go to the Dolphins. I'm a Dolphin fan. You know what I mean? So, for the record, But nephew, keep doing your thing. I don't care if you throw 5 interceptions. Get in there, do you. We already know what happened. You got blackball. They tried to fuck your season up. All of that. So, you know what I mean? We support you anyway. We don't care if y'all want to lose. You know what I mean? We really don't. We don't. We don't. Not real Brown fans. Nobody cares about the Cleveland Browns for real. You know what I mean? So, yeah, all you Brown fan lovers, that's cool. But we support Shador Sanders. But getting back to it though, yeah, man, Oschino, he gonna rip dude apart. You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny to me. I just sit back, I blow me you know, some Doja, and watch Oschino tear his ass apart. You know what I mean? And he deserve it, man. You know what I mean? You be doing reckless shit, man. You know what I mean? You too old for that, man. And then you be dissing rappers. In reality, you really want to be a rapper. That's why you were all that jury and rings and all of that. Go look at Charleston White before. He damn near was more cooler. I ain't saying cool like I hang out with him, no shit like that. I'm saying like as far as money and internet fame and all that go to your head. They got you doing little comic shows. You getting paid for these interviews. You know what I mean? Cash on delivery. Check him out before who he really was. He was always trying to be an activist and all that or whatever. But he was normal. It was a video of him getting pulled over before he was all internetish. The law's finna take him to jail. He ain't had no money. He called his wife. They tried to bond him out. His wife was like, I ain't got it, baby. We ain't got it. He's like, well, I guess I gotta go to jail. Sometimes people who never had money, when they get money, it's only several people who mentally can maintain, like, okay, when Fame hit 2 Chainz late, he didn't get out of character. You know why? Because he already had money before rap. So he didn't he didn't get out of character. He didn't do nothing that he wouldn't do. You know what I mean? Certain dudes like who, you know what I mean? I'm gonna even use Jeezy. You know what I mean? I don't listen to his music, but I'm gonna even use him like certain dudes. Pee Wee Longway. You know what I mean? Even Gucci. Like a lot of dudes. You know what I mean? You could tell when they got in the game and they got money that they had money before because why they knew how to conduct themselves. You know what I mean? Okay, you may act a little bit more crazy because you know it's legal cash. You feel me? So yeah, but at the same time, people who never had fame or money, when they finally get it, whether you an athlete, model, actor, whatever you is, sometimes can be the worst shit ever. You know what I mean? For real. Because you ain't used to having multiple women coming at you. You know what I mean? You might have had a girlfriend or some shit like that. And we ain't saying that's lame, but a lot of people just don't know how to handle certain situations. See, when you done been in the streets, you know what I mean? And you was somebody in the streets, you know what I mean? You was not on the sidewalk, you already had some form of fame. You know what I mean? Because when you in the streets and you live in the street life and you abide by street laws, you slinging iron, you cutthroat, you all that, you know what I mean? So you build a name and a rep, you know what I mean? So you already experiencing fame on whatever street levels and all that. So even when you become somebody to the internet, you already know how to really carry yourself and conduct yourself. They ain't really gonna hear stories of you just riding around. You know what I mean? You, oh, he got pulled over in Atlanta, man. He had a 30 on him in a button. Nah, man, you gonna know how to move. You know what I mean? It's still a lot of rappers out there who people don't hear get in trouble. Like think about like Currency. I don't know what the fuck Wiz. He was kind of low key. I don't know what just happened with him, but it's still a lot of rappers out there who you don't hear get caught up with the law. You know what I mean? Because they know how to move, and a lot of them stoner rappers. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you got to know how to, um, you got to know how to go about yourself, man. You know what I mean? At some point, anything you doing that ain't benefiting the ears of the public and they ain't learning from you no more, man, we cutting your water off, man. You know what I mean? For real. You know what I mean? It's time for a lot of people who been talking about cash at me and you ain't selling nothing. You just on here begging. Um, all them brother police and Dr. Umars and all of them, man, it's time for us to get rid of them. You know what I mean? Like if you ain't benefiting the community, meaning like um not expecting nothing back out of just generosity, pure heart, or whatever. You know what I mean? We cutting your water off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We cutting your water off. You know what I mean? For real. We're not allowing that nonsense of scamming and playing on people's conscience. You know what I mean? To get by. No more. You know what I mean? So we cutting water off. You know what I mean? For real. But to me, Oschino is the perfect person to destroy Charleston White. And trust me, this ain't nowhere near done. You know what I mean? Oschino, he like a energizer bunny. Like once you mention his name, it's pretty much a wrap. Like he gonna ride you, ride you, ride you, ride you, ride you, ride you, ride you. You know what I mean? So we probably ain't gonna have to be worried about old Charleston White no more. You know what I mean? But another thing too, you know what I mean? FDO in my hands, Pooh Shiesty, FDO is probably the hardest FDO ever. Besides the one Gucci first did, because Gucci the reason why people do first day outs for real. You know what I mean? But right now, bro, yeah, over 10 million views in 7, 6 days, bro. You feel me? Like trending #1. You know what I mean? Like I had mentioned it a few lives ago, Pooh Shiesty, Max B, several other people. You know what I mean? I ain't finna go on a long list, but he came home the right way, man. You know what I mean? He didn't feel the pressure of, damn, let me hurry up and put something out. He took his time, got certain shit in line, got it together, and then look, he dropped some shit. Tyler Swartz said, "Hi, what's up, family? What it do? What's up, gangster? What's up? I see you made it to my live, huh? Yeah, what's up? What's up, family? But yeah, Pooh, he played his cards right. He got out, got himself together, lined everything up, and now look, Pooh Shiesty. You know what I mean? #1, trending, doing his thing. You know what I mean? So sometimes always jumping the gun, trying to rush and jump out there ain't always a good thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to take your time and yeah, food. Yes. I see you. I hear you. I'm glad you caught my line. Hit that like button while you in here too. And set your notification. Hit that like button though. But yeah, man. My boy Hot, he doing his thing. Black Hip Strong, bro. Hello, what's up? What's up, Black Hip Strong? What's up, family? What it do? We was talking about how Charleston White is no longer no more. Oschino from State Prop destroyed that nigga. It's a wrap for him. You know what I mean? Get him out of here. Make sure y'all come in, y'all hit that like button too. You know what I mean? And set y'all notifications. Remember, we support fitness and health. Tribe Effect, you know what I mean? Two capsules a day, results in 7 days, 60 capsules, $60. I ship worldwide, you know what I mean? Beard products, Tribe Oil. You want that dark, nice, healthy look for your shit? This is it. Oil drops right here. Even for white guys, we got this right here for you too. Top of the line, Tribe Beard Oil for you. You know what I mean? Go on my YouTube posts. You know what I mean? Check for updates and all of that. You know what I mean? For merch, everything, man. Tap in with your boy, get to know your boy, set your notifications. You know what I mean? And my merch is on Shopify. You know what I mean? Tribe Culture TV 83, Shopify. But get back to it though. Yeah, man. If you out there and you know how you living, you know what I mean? Take accountability for how you living. Don't have your people tricked. Don't have everybody tricked thinking you going standing out there in traffic selling newspapers when you really out there, you know what I mean? With a button, you slide, you gang since you potty trained. You know what I mean? Keep it real. You know what I mean? That way, when somebody Michael Jordan posted your ass, they'll understand more why you got your ass Michael Jordan poster, meaning you got stretched out. You know what I mean? So we got to catch up. We got to catch up. You out here still? Yeah, boy, I'm out here. Yeah, I'm out here. You got to hit me through Facebook, G Rio Benji. You know what I mean? through Messenger or something. G Rio Benji, Facebook. I seen my number. And make sure I'm glad you hit that like button too. Bet, I got you for sure. And then we could, you know what I mean? I can bring you on the show. We could do a little show. We'll do a little 420 blast, you know what I mean? Smoke different flavors for the, you know what I mean, for the viewers and kick it and shit. You know what I mean? That's if you still blow. But if you do, yo. But yeah, man. For those who out there who live in double lives and got your people thinking that you're a newspaper boy and all of that, you know what I mean? It's time for you to finally come out the closet. It's finna be 2026 and let them know you sliding and gliding and you ain't running and hiding. That way when somebody do something, they'll understand more. And then another thing too, if you know you living like that, go on and tell your people, don't put my picture from 4th grade to make people feel bad. Put the newest shit that you just took on before your ass went into the parish where you got your shit up like this and you got your ladder hanging on from your shit like you got it like this, showing that you, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Tell your people you want that picture, not the picture when you holding a football and you're in 4th grade. So everybody downtown could be crying and feeling bad like you was innocent. Whole time you was living a double life. You know what I mean? And them boys got up with you and turned your ass into the parish. You know what I mean? So let's have a year coming up of being real with your people, saying, I'm out here swinging on past the stop sign and I got to be on my P's and Q's. Whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna cap, y'all. I got me some good ass food right here. I'm about to smash. I just wanted to tap in. You know what I mean? Everybody set your notifications. Tribe TV. Remember, Shopify. We got Girl Tribe Stretchy. You know what I mean? Just around the crib or you work out or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Stretchy pants. You know what I mean? For females. You feel me? You know what I mean? We stay doing something. You already know. Set your notifications, go to my YouTube post, check for updates. You feel me? We're gonna tap in with y'all tomorrow. You know what I mean? Going live 7 o'clock. Set your notifications. Tribe.